learn more about our diverse society. In 2010, the Teach-In was started here at City Hall. Historically, university students organized teach-ins. Professors and other socially conscious allies were invited to campus to speak to students and raise awareness and consciousness on social issues. Many of our nation's social movements have started with teach-ins. Teach-ins, or the bringing together of community to educate one another, is not a late 20th century or 21st century idea. Hayward is a university city, so it is only appropriate for us to host a teach-in here at City Hall to commemorate Women's History Month. Today is the first Hayward Honors Woman Teach-In. In addition to commemorating Women's History Month today, I am glad to report that today is also International Women's Day. So happy International Women's Day to everyone tonight. What I'd like to do now is I'd like to invite my colleague, Councilwoman Barbara Halliday, up to the front, and I'd like to invite Mayor Michael Sweeney to the front because we have a proclamation that you will present to Councilwoman Barbara Halliday. And the proclamation, I believe.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Are there any women in the audience today? All right, let's hear for women. I won't read the entire proclamation, but let me read some of the special whereases. It says, whereas on October 10th, 1911, the women of California won the right to vote when a majority of California men voted for political equality and passed the Women's Suffrage Amendment to the state constitution. And whereas 100 years ago, in 1912, the first election was held in which Hayward women could vote, and they voted overwhelmingly to pass a school bond measure that acquired the property and raised the funds for the construction of the Hayward Union High School. And whereas women of every race, class, and ethnic background served as early leaders in the forefront of every major progressive social change movement in the United States. And whereas women in the United States have been leaders not only in securing their own rights of suffrage and equal opportunity, but also in the abolitionist movement, the emancipation movement, the industrial labor movement, the civil rights movement, and other movements, especially the peace movement, which created a more fair and just society for all. Whereas March 8th is the global date for International Women's Day, now therefore I, Michael Sweeney, Mayor of the City of Hayward, do hereby proclaim March 8, 2012 as Hayward Honors Women's Day in the City of Hayward, and do hereby encourage all City of Hayward residents to pay tribute to the women of our Hayward community.
The honor has befallen to me to accept this proclamation because, as probably most of you know, I am the only woman right now on the Hayward City Council. You know, Mayor Sweeney welcomed the women. I want to welcome the men who are here tonight too, who are men who honor women. I've done it without you, but I sure am glad that women got the vote. I can't imagine, in my own life, I can't imagine not having the vote. I'm also very happy to see a number of young women here today who may not really know a lot about those struggles. I mean, even I had to read about the struggles women went through to get the vote, but I can tell you that women of my generation had our own struggles, and things in the 1950s and 60s were nothing like they are today for women. So I hope that you all learned something from this. I'm really glad you're here, and on behalf of all the women in Hayward, I